Hey guys, in today's micro lecture, we're going to talk about the process of reassessing your patient. Now, time and time again, when the students come to the workshops, they do some great things in practically demonstrating patient assessment, and you're given case studies and off you go treating and assessing patients. But something that always requires some improvement is the process of reassessing the patient. That usually requires significant prompting from the tutor. Now, let's take a step outside of the classroom and put you in a situation whereby you're treating real human beings. Now, that's a big responsibility. Now, I'm going to give you the case study. You're called to a 56-year-old male with chest pains. You arrive on scene, you do your primary survey, you've established that the chest pains that they are experiencing are caused by an acute coronary syndrome. So you go about doing your primary survey, you give them the medications using your safe drug processes. Once you've given the drugs, if not before, you need to be reassessing. Okay, airway, breathing, circulation. Ask your patient, how are you feeling, sir? Has that anything changed at all? So you're constantly reflecting on what you're doing, asking yourself, can I be doing anything different? And that's called reflecting in action. Reflecting on action is when you finish the case and you're looking back, but you're reflecting in action. And of course, reflection means looking back. So you're thinking to yourself, am I doing everything correct? So you go ahead and you give the pharmacology, you give the drugs to help your patient with their acute coronary syndrome, and you mobilize the patient, you put them in your carry chair because of course you don't really want to be walking a patient who's got an acute coronary syndrome, place them carefully into the carry chair, and then reassess again because you've given them some drugs. You need to make sure you're constantly aware that if anything changes, you're going to be all over that. In other words, if they're going to collapse, you need to help them down to the floor, manage their airway, and monitor them just in case they do go into cardiac arrest. Once you've got the patient into the back of the ambulance doors are closed, the first thing you should be checking is airway, breathing, circulation. In other lectures, we tell you how to do that by the processes of measuring rates and regularities and strengths. But for now, you just need to know you do it just before you give drugs, just after you've given drugs, when you've mobilized your patient into a carry chair, once you've got them into the back of the ambulance, several times on the journey to hospital, and just before you pull up to hospital. There have been known incidents of paramedics arriving at hospital who have been distracted by something else going on in the ambulance, and the patient condition has deteriorated and they haven't picked it up in time, and the patient care has suffered as a result of that. So of course, we teach you these things to be safe so that your patient can be safe and so that you can be safe. So reassess, reassess, reassess. It's a constant ongoing thing so that you can be flexible to the situation that you have in front of you. My name is Sam Willis, and I hope you've enjoyed this micro lecture. I look forward to talking to you again shortly. Take care.